The bright screens of Earth's deep space monitoring station lit up the dark room with an eerie blue glow. Tom Miller, the night shift operator, rubbed his tired eyes and reached for his coffee. Just another quiet night watching the stars, he thought. But then something changed. A red light started blinking on his console, then another, and another. "Sir," Tom called out to his supervisor, "we're losing contact with our outer system probes." Station Chief Robert Gray rushed over, his face showing concern as he looked at the readings. One by one, the probes in the Kuiper Belt were going dark. Not just offline. They were being destroyed. "Get me Admiral Walker," Gray ordered, his voice steady despite the situation. Now, in his office at Earth Defense Force headquarters, Admiral James Walker was already awake despite the late hour. The tall, broad-shouldered man stood at his window, looking up at the stars. Something had felt wrong all week, and now he knew why. "Admiral," his computer announced, "priority message from Deep Space Monitoring." Walker turned from the window. "Put it through." As Gray explained the situation, Walker's expression grew darker. This wasn't random space debris or technical failures. The pattern was too precise, too deliberate. "How many probes have we lost?" Walker asked. 37 in the last hour, sir. Whatever's out there is methodically taking them out." Walker pressed a button on his desk. "This is Admiral Walker. Wake up the Council." Code red. Within 30 minutes, the Global Defense Council chamber hummed with activity. Representatives from every major nation sat around the circular table, their faces illuminated by holographic displays showing the destruction spreading through the outer solar system. "Ladies and gentlemen," Walker began, "what you're seeing is not a malfunction. Something is systematically destroying our early morning network." The room erupted in worried whispers. Walker raised his hand for silence. "But there's something they don't know," he continued. "Our quantum detection grid is still active." He gestured, and a new hologram appeared above the table. It showed dozens of ships, previously invisible, moving through the Kuiper Belt. "They're using some kind of advanced stealth technology," Walker explained. "They thought they were invisible. They were wrong." The council president leaned forward. "How many ships?" "At least 50, possibly more. They're maintaining strict formation and moving slowly, trying to stay hidden." "First contact protocols," someone suggested. Walker nodded. "We'll follow them, but with a difference. All military forces are going to full alert. Every defense platform will be activated. If they want to talk, we'll talk, but from a position of strength." As the council debated their next steps, Earth's military machine quietly came to life. In underground bases and orbital stations, soldiers and crews reported to their posts. Satellite weapons powered up, and hidden defense platforms emerged from their camouflaged positions. In Nevada, the massive doors of the Quantum Response Center opened for the first time in years. The experimental ships inside, built with technology that most of humanity didn't even know existed, prepared for launch. Back at the monitoring station, Tom noticed something new on his screens. The alien ships had stopped. They hummed motionless at the edge of the solar system, as if surprised that their stealth systems had failed. "They know we can see them," Gray said, watching the displays. "They know we're ready." Admiral Walker stood in the council chamber, watching the same scene. A small smile crossed his face. Humanity had spent decades preparing for this moment, building defenses and developing technologies in secret. They had known this day would come. "Send the alert to all commands," Walker ordered. "This is not a drill. First contact protocols are now in effect, but all units will maintain combat readiness." As the message spread across Earth's military networks, the alien ships remained frozen in space. They had expected to find a primitive civilization, easy to intimidate or conquer. Instead, they found humanity waiting and watching, ready for whatever came next. The game of cat and mouse was over. Now it was time for introductions, and humanity would not be playing the role of mouse. 3 days after the discovery of the alien ships, The message came. Every screen on Earth flickered at once. Television broadcasts, computer monitors, even digital billboards in cities, they all showed the same thing. A dark figure appeared, humanoid but clearly not human, its skin a metallic blue that seemed to shift in the light. People of Earth, the figure spoke in perfect English. We are the Dominion. In the Earth Defense Force Command Center, Admiral Walker stood with Dr. Anna Collins, their eyes fixed on the main screen. Dr. Collins, Earth's leading expert in alien communications, was already recording and analyzing every detail of the transmission. Your civilization has been under observation for centuries, the alien continued. We have watched your wars, your struggles, your slow crawl toward the stars. We expected more. Walker's hands tightened into fists. Dr. Collins noticed and spoke softly. They're trying to make us angry. Admiral, this is a psychological tactic. The alien's voice grew colder. Your technology is primitive. Your weapons are basic. Your defenses are, it paused, inadequate. We offer you a choice. Submit to Dominion rule or face extinction. The transmission ended, leaving screens worldwide showing a simple symbol, what looked like a star being crushed by a hand. Well, Walker said, turning to the room full of officers and scientists, they certainly don't lack confidence. Dr. Collins was already working at her station, her fingers flying over the holographic keyboard. Admiral, there's more to this message than they intended to show us. The transmission contains huge amounts of encoded data. Can you break it? She smiled. They wouldn't have sent it if they thought we could. But they don't know about the quantum computers we reversed engineered from the crashed ship in Antarctica. Around the world, humanity's response to the threat was not panic, but preparation. Streets remained calm. People went to work. Military bases quietly raised their alert levels, but there were no signs of chaos. In the Global Defense Council chamber, representatives from Earth's nations watched the message again. They think we're primitive, the Indian representative said, because that's what we wanted them to think. Every satellite we've launched, every space probe we've sent, all carefully designed to look less advanced than they really are. Exactly, Walker agreed. For 50 years, we've hidden our true capabilities. The real question is, do we show our hand now, or wait? Dr. Collins burst into the chamber, her tablet displaying complex data streams. Admiral, I've decoded part of their transmission. They're lying about how long they've watched us. They only discovered Earth 3 years ago. This news changed everything. Walker turned to the council. They're bluffing, trying to intimidate us with claims of centuries of observation. Should we respond? The council president asked. Walker nodded. Yes, but not the way they expect. Hours later, the Dominion ships received Earth's reply. It was short, simple, and in their own language, something that should have been impossible if Earth was as primitive as they believed. Message received. Stand by for demonstration. In orbit, hidden defense platforms began to power up. On the ground, quantum radar stations tracked every Dominion ship with perfect accuracy, despite their stealth systems. In underground bases, advanced weapons that humanity had kept secret for decades prepared for potential use. Dr. Collins watched the alien ships' reactions through advanced sensors. They're moving, Admiral. Their formation is tightening. They're nervous. Good, Walker replied. They should be. Humanity has spent generations preparing for this moment. We've hidden our strength, masked our technology, and waited. Now they'll learn why. The council president stood at the main window, looking up at the sky. For all their advanced technology, they made a basic mistake. They assumed because we didn't show our strength, we had none. Walker smiled grimly. Time to teach them the difference between being primitive and being patient. Around Earth, hidden defenses continued to activate. The Dominion's message had been meant to frighten humanity into submission. Instead, it had given Earth the signal it had been waiting for, the time to reveal that humanity was far from primitive, and more than ready for whatever came next. The time had come to show the Dominion exactly what they were facing. Admiral Walker stood in the Earth Defense Force Command Center, watching the massive display screen. Around him, operators sat at their stations, ready for his order. Dr. Collins worked nearby, monitoring the alien fleet's every move. "Begin Operation Looking Glass," Walker commanded. Across the solar system, hundreds of quantum-linked satellites activated at once. Each one was part of a network humanity had built in secret over decades. The Dominion ships hung in space, still believing their stealth systems made them invisible. They were wrong. "They're powering up their weapons," Dr. Collins reported, her eyes on the sensor readings. "They're going to try to disable our communications first." Walker nodded. "Just as we expected. Let them try." The alien fleet launched their first attack. Energy beams designed to destroy communication systems shot toward Earth. But something unexpected happened. The beams hit an invisible barrier and scattered harmlessly into space. In the Dominion fleet's command ship, confusion spread. Their sensors showed their attack had failed completely. Worse, they couldn't understand how Earth had blocked it. "Send the first message," Walker ordered. Every Dominion ship received the same transmission. "Your weapons cannot harm what they cannot truly see. Would you like to try again?" The aliens responded with a larger attack. This time, they targeted what they thought were Earth's major military installations. But their weapons hit only empty fields and abandoned buildings, holographic projections hiding the real bases deep underground. "Second message," Walker said. This time, Earth's response was more than words. 100 kilometers above the planet, the air itself seemed to bend. Massive ships appeared out of nowhere, humanity's gravity manipulation fleet, hidden until now by advanced cloaking technology. Dr. Collins studied the alien fleet's reactions. "Their energy signatures are changing, Admiral. They're scared." "Good." Walker turned to his tactical officer. "Show them what else we can do." Small drones, each no bigger than a car, launched from Earth's ships. They moved with impossible speed, darting between the alien vessels. Before the Dominion could react, each drone created a localized gravity field. 20 alien ships found themselves unable to move, caught in invisible nets of warped space. "Their shields are useless against gravity manipulation," Dr. Collins said, excitement in her voice. "Everything we learned from studying their crashed ships is working perfectly." The Dominion tried to fight back. They fired their most powerful weapons, but Earth's quantum-linked defense grid predicted each shot before it was fired. Not a single blast reached its target. "Final message," Walker ordered. This time, when Earth transmitted to the alien fleet, they included visual proof of everything humanity had been hiding. Massive underground cities built to shelter Earth's population. Fleets of advanced ships ready for deep space combat. Weapons that could manipulate the fabric of space itself. "We've known about aliens for longer than you think," the message said. "That ship you lost 300 years ago. We found it. The scouts that disappeared near Jupiter. We took them. Everything we learned, we used. Everything you lost, we found. And now, we're ready." In the command center, Dr. Collins' computer beeped urgently. "Admiral, I'm detecting massive energy buildups in the alien fleet. They're preparing for something big." Walker smiled. "Activate the Sol system shield." Across the solar system, hidden platforms came to life. They created a vast network of quantum-linked energy fields, capable of trapping any ship that tried to use faster-than-light travel. The Dominion fleet was now completely trapped. They couldn't run, couldn't hide, and couldn't fight effectively. "Send the final part," Walker ordered. The message was brief. "This demonstration used less than 10% of Earth's defensive capabilities. Would you like to see more?" In the tense silence that followed, Dr. Collins looked at her readings again. "The alien ships are powering down their weapons, Admiral. I think they got the message." Walker nodded slowly. "They're starting to understand. Earth isn't just ready for them. We've been ready for centuries. And this is only the beginning. The Dominion fleet hung motionless in space, facing a choice they never expected to make: retreat from a world they had badly underestimated, or face the full might of a humanity that had spent generations preparing for this exact moment. After Earth's demonstration of power, Admiral Walker knew it was time for the next phase. The Dominion needed to understand that humanity wasn't just defensive. They could strike back too. "Launch the Phantom Fleet," he ordered. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, massive doors opened in the seafloor. From underwater bases, hidden for decades, ships unlike anything the Dominion had ever seen rose toward the surface. Their hulls were made of dark material that absorbed all light, making them nearly invisible even without their cloaking systems. Dr. Collins watched the launch from the command center. "The aliens are trying to scan our ships," she said. "They can't get any readings at all." "Of course not," Walker replied. "Those ships don't just hide from sight. They hide from reality itself." Time to start Operation Scattered Thunder. The Phantom Fleet split into 3 groups. Each group moved with perfect coordination, their crews trained for years for this moment. They hadn't just practiced these maneuvers, they had lived them. "First target acquired," the fleet commander reported, moving to capture position. The Dominion didn't see the attack coming. One of their scout ships suddenly found itself trapped in a bubble of twisted space. Before they could react, the ship was pulled into a holding bay of one of Earth's vessels. "No damage to the alien ship," Dr. Collins confirmed. The gravity web worked perfectly. More Earth ships appeared from their hiding spots around the solar system. They moved like ghosts through space, impossible to track or target. The Dominion fleet fired blindly, trying to hit enemies they couldn't see. "They're panicking," Walker observed. "Time to show them something else new." Earth's ships activated their shield-piercing systems, technology reverse-engineered from studying alien defenses for decades. The Dominion watched in horror as Earth vessels passed right through their strongest shields like they weren't even there. 4 more alien ships captured, the fleet commander reported. All crew unharmed, all systems intact. This was crucial to Walker's plan. Earth wasn't destroying the alien ships, they were capturing them, completely intact. It sent a clear message: we can take your ships whenever we want, but we choose not to harm you. In orbit around Mars, another group of Earth ships appeared. They carried massive devices that no one outside the Earth Defense Force had ever seen before. "Deploy the gravity anchors," Walker ordered. The devices activated, creating fields of artificial gravity so strong that the Dominion ships couldn't move. But the fields were precisely controlled, strong enough to hold the ships in place, but not strong enough to harm them. Dr. Collins studied the readings from the captured alien vessels. "Admiral, their crews are trying to send emergency signals back to their home world." "Let them," Walker said. "Let them report exactly what they're seeing. Let them tell their leaders that Earth isn't just ready for a fight. We're capable of ending one before it begins." More Earth ships emerged from hiding spots throughout the solar system. Some had been concealed in asteroid fields. Others had been cloaked near Jupiter's moons. Each one represented years of preparation and advancement that humanity had kept hidden. The Dominion fleet was now scattered and largely immobilized. Several of their best ships had been captured without firing a shot. Their advanced shields had proven useless. Their stealth technology had failed. "Send the next message," Walker commanded. The transmission went to every alien ship. "Your vessels are now under our control. Your crews are safe. Your weapons are useless. This is not an act of war. It is a demonstration of preparedness. We have been ready for this moment for longer than you can imagine." Dr. Collins looked up from her station. "Admiral, the main Dominion ship is requesting direct communication. I think they're finally ready to talk." Walker nodded slowly. This was never about fighting them. It was about showing them that fighting us would be a mistake. Humanity doesn't want war. We want respect. And now they know why we deserve it. The Phantom Fleet continued its silent patrol through the solar system, a clear reminder to the Dominion that humanity's capabilities went far beyond what any alien race had expected to find on Earth. The time had come to reveal humanity's greatest secret. In the Earth Defense Force Command Center, Dr. Collins prepared her presentation while the Dominion's leaders watched through a secure quantum link. "Let me tell you a story," she began, her voice calm and clear, "about a night in 1947 when something crashed in the desert. The alien leaders shifted uncomfortably. They knew that date. You thought we found a simple scout ship," she continued. "You were wrong. We found a library, a database of every spacefaring race in this part of the galaxy, including yours." Admiral Walker stepped forward. Behind him, a holographic display showed a massive underground facility. "This is Base Zero, built in 1948, 5 kilometers beneath the Rocky Mountains. Here we began understanding your technology. Not copying it, understanding it, improving it." The Dominion leaders watched as more images appeared: hidden bases across Earth, underwater research stations, facilities buried deep in the Antarctic ice. "But that's impossible," one alien leader protested. "Your civilization shows no signs of such advancement." Dr. Collins smiled. "Exactly. Every satellite we launched, every space mission we conducted, all carefully designed to look primitive. We built an entire fake space program just to hide our real one." The display changed, showing a network of automated defense platforms throughout the solar system. Thousands of them, hidden in plain sight, some disguised as asteroids, others completely invisible thanks to advanced cloaking technology. "We knew someone would come eventually," Walker explained. "Maybe in peace, maybe in war. So we prepared for both. Every alien ship that came near our solar system in the last 70 years, we tracked them all." Dr. Collins brought up more data. "Remember the probe you lost near Saturn 30 years ago? It didn't malfunction. We captured it. The scout ship that disappeared near Jupiter. We have that too. Each piece of technology gave us more understanding." The aliens were silent now, realizing the full extent of their miscalculation. "But here's what really worried you," Walker said. "How did we crack your encryption so quickly? How did we learn your language in days?" He paused. "We didn't. We've known it for decades. Every transmission you've ever sent near our solar system, we recorded it all." On screens around the room, more secrets were revealed. Earth ships with technology the Dominion had never seen before. Weapons that could disable entire fleets without destroying them. Defense systems that made Earth's forces practically invincible. "Your fastest ships," Dr. Collins continued, "use quantum drive technology. We developed something better 20 years ago. Your strongest shields can stop any physical attack. We learned to bypass shields completely." One of the alien leaders found their voice. "Why reveal all this now?" "Because you need to understand," Walker answered. "Earth isn't just another primitive world for you to conquer. We're not defenseless, and we're not afraid. We've been waiting for this moment for generations." The display showed one final image, a map of defensive installations stretching from Mercury to the Kuiper Belt, a network so vast and powerful that no fleet could fight through it. "We could have destroyed your ships the moment they entered our solar system," Dr. Collins said. "We chose not to. We don't want war. We never did. What we want is to be recognized as equals." The Dominion leaders huddled together, speaking in hurried whispers. They had come expecting to find an easy target. Instead, they found a civilization that had spent decades preparing for this exact moment. "One more thing," Walker added. "Everything we've shown you, it's less than half of what we can really do. The rest stays secret, insurance for the future." Dr. Collins checked her readings one last time. "Their ships are powering down weapons completely, Admiral. I think they finally understand." Walker nodded. "They do. They understand that coming to Earth looking for an easy conquest was their biggest mistake, and now they have to decide what to do about it." The room fell silent as everyone waited for the Dominion's response. Humanity had revealed its strength, shown its patience, and demonstrated its power. Now it was time to see if the aliens would choose peace or make one final fatal mistake. The mood in Earth's command center was tense as Admiral Walker prepared to deliver humanity's final warning to the Dominion fleet. The aliens had seen Earth's power, learned of humanity's preparations, but still they hesitated to withdraw completely. Perhaps, Walker said to Dr. Collins, they need one last demonstration. He pressed a button on his command console. Across the solar system, hidden devices activated all at once. Suddenly, every Dominion stealth ship became visible, their positions marked by glowing blue markers in space. Impossible! The Dominion commander's voice crackled through the communication system. Those ships are using our most advanced cloaking technology. Nothing is impossible, Dr. Collins replied. When you've had decades to prepare, would you like to see what else we can track? At her signal, more markers appeared in space, hundreds of them, showing the position of every piece of Dominion technology in the solar system. Even their smallest spy drones were revealed, glowing like stars against the black of space. You see, Walker explained, we don't just track your ships. We track every quantum signature, every energy pulse, every gravitational disturbance. You can't hide from us. Not here. Not in our solar system. To prove his point, he activated the Sol system shield. A massive network of energy fields sprang to life, creating a vast web that stretched from the sun to beyond Pluto's orbit. The shield wasn't solid. It was something far more advanced. Try to jump to faster than light speed, Walker suggested. See what happens. One of the Dominion ships attempted to flee. The moment it activated its quantum drive, the shield reacted. The ship found itself frozen in space, caught in a field of twisted gravity and quantum interference. We call it the web, Dr. Collins explained. Any ship trying to use faster-than-light travel within our space gets caught, like a fly in a spider's web. The trapped ship struggled, its engines flaring bright against the darkness. But it couldn't move, couldn't escape. We'll release your ship in a moment, Walker said. Consider it a friendly demonstration. The web can do much more than just catch ships. But we'd rather not show you that. In the command center, screens showed the Dominion fleet's reactions. Ships turning, crews panicking, commanders trying to find some way to regain control of the situation. But there was nothing they could do. Here's our final warning, Walker announced, his voice carrying to every alien vessel. Earth's space begins at the edge of our solar system. Any hostile force that crosses that line will be treated as an act of war. And now you know what that means. Dr. Collins activated another display, showing the full extent of Earth's defensive network. We've spent generations building this. Every satellite, every platform, every weapon, all designed to protect our world. Not just from you. From anyone who thinks Earth is an easy target. The Dominion commander's image appeared on the main screen. You could have shown this power before. Why wait? Because, Walker replied, we wanted to give you a chance to choose peace. We still do. But make no mistake, if you choose war, you won't be fighting the primitive civilization you expected. You'll be fighting an enemy that has spent centuries preparing for this exact moment. To emphasize his point, Walker revealed one final secret. Hidden bases on Mars, on Europa, on Titan. Complete colonies that the Dominion had never detected. Earth wasn't just defending its home world. Humanity had already begun spreading through the solar system. You have 1 hour, Walker declared. 1 hour to withdraw your forces beyond the orbit of Pluto. After that, we will consider any remaining ships to be hostile forces, and we will respond accordingly. Dr. Collins watched the alien ships on her monitors. They're beginning to move, Admiral. Falling back to the outer system. Good, Walker nodded. Let's hope they're smart enough to keep going. Because everything we've shown them so far, it's just the beginning of what humanity can do when we're pushed too far. The command center fell silent as everyone watched the Dominion fleet retreat. The next hour would determine whether humanity's final warning would lead to peace, or whether the aliens would learn exactly why Earth had spent so long preparing for war. The final hour began to count down. In Earth's command center, every screen showed the retreating Dominion ships, but Admiral Walker knew better than to relax. The most dangerous moment often comes when victory seems certain. Movement detected in the fleet, Dr. Collins announced. They're splitting into 3 groups. Walker studied the tactical display. Most of the alien ships were indeed moving toward the outer system, but a small group had turned back toward Earth, while another cluster moved toward Mars. A test, Walker said quietly. They want to see if we were bluffing. He pressed a button on his command console. Attention Dominion forces. Your time is running out. All ships must withdraw beyond Pluto's orbit. This is your last warning. The group heading toward Earth continued to advance. Their weapons were powered up, shields at maximum. They think we won't really stop them, Dr. Collins said, watching the sensor readings. They believe all our demonstrations were tricks. Walker nodded slowly. Then let's show them one final truth. He turned to his tactical officer. Activate the planetary defense grid. Full power. Around Earth, thousands of hidden platforms emerged from their camouflage. They formed a perfect sphere around the planet, each one glowing with powerful energy. The approaching Dominion ships suddenly stopped. What they're seeing, Dr. Collins explained to the command staff, is more firepower than their entire civilization possesses. Each platform carries weapons we developed by combining human innovation with everything we learned from alien technology. The Dominion ships trying to reach Mars faced another surprise. The red planet's surface shifted, revealing massive defense installations hidden beneath the dust. Weapons that could tear apart any hostile ship without damaging the crew inside. 50 years of building on Mars, Walker said. Did you think we went there just to plant flags? The alien ships froze in space. Their scans showed them the truth. Earth didn't just control its home world. The entire solar system was humanity's fortress. Incoming transmission from the Dominion flagship, Dr. Collins reported. The alien commander's image appeared on the main screen. How? It asked simply. How did you build all this in secret? Patience, Walker replied. Discipline. And the knowledge that someday, someone would come to test us. Now you have 10 minutes left. Choose wisely. The Dominion commander was silent for a long moment. If we withdraw, what then? Then we talk, Walker said. As equals. About trade, about cooperation, about peaceful exploration of space. But first, you have to make your choice. 9 minutes. The ships near Mars began to turn around. 8 minutes. The group approaching Earth powered down their weapons. 7 minutes. The main fleet accelerated toward the outer system. Dr. Collins watched them go. They're really leaving, Admiral. All ships are on course for the Kuiper Belt. And now they'll tell others, Walker said. They'll spread the word that Earth isn't what everyone thought. That humanity isn't just another primitive species waiting to be conquered. As the last Dominion ships passed Pluto's orbit, Walker sent one final message. Remember this day. Remember what you learned. Earth will always welcome peaceful visitors, but we will never bow to threats. We are humanity. We have been ready for centuries, and we always will be. In the command center, the tension finally began to fade. The first real test of Earth's defenses was over. Humanity had faced its moment of truth and proven itself more than ready. What do you think they'll do now? Dr. Collins asked. Walker smiled. They'll go home and tell their leaders that they found something unexpected in this corner of space. Not just advanced weapons or clever tactics, but something more important. He paused. They found a species that had the patience to spend generations preparing, the wisdom to hide its strength, and the power to defend itself without destroying its enemies. As the Dominion fleet disappeared into deep space, Earth's defenses returned to their hidden state. The solar system looked peaceful again, primitive even. But now the galaxy knew the truth. Humanity wasn't just waiting for alien contact. They had been ready all along.